It's the guts and it's the glory. 100 stripes, 100 stories. It's the Pledge of Allegiance on the 4th of July. It's them handwritten letters from home. It's them sleepless nights alone. It's his newborn baby he left with his wife. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's a line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Hey, from the fields of Indiana to the swamps of Louisiana, to the golden coast of California, Uncle Sam's the only family he's got. His purple heartbeat won't stop, and his 18th birthday was the day he was born. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's a line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes.
I cherish the memories of a question my grandson asked me the other day when he said, "Grandpa, were you a hero in the war?" Grandpa said no. But I served in a company of heroes. I cherish the memories of a question my grandson asked me the other day when he said, "Grandpa, were you a hero in the war?"
Americans, our everyday liberties are easy to overlook, for we have been spoiled by our freedoms. We often forget to ponder what life would be like without the sacrifices of our veterans. To have to answer to a king or a dictator, to be unable to worship in your religion, to be taken to prison if you speak out. These freedoms were not given, they were earned. And they were earned by the bravery and courage of veterans willing to sacrifice everything in the name of our beautiful, strong country. From the very beginning, starting with the Revolutionary War, men have stood up for and protected our fundamental beliefs of life, liberty, and the pursuit of one's happiness. These three things create the foundation of this country. These three things are the heartbeat of America. Without life, liberty, and the ability to pursue happiness, we as people of this country would be totally and utterly lost. Without brave veterans to guard these freedoms, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness would likely no longer be our privileged reality. The Revolutionary War was the war that started our whole country. Many Americans today have a fourth, fifth, or sixth great-grandfather who fought in this war. Most of them were everyday, average farmers. They had little experience in combat, and they were way outnumbered. These colonists were the first American veterans, carried by hope of starting a country where life, liberty, and happiness became a right to the people. Those men defied all odds and overcame onslaughts of British enemies. They persevered, and for that, we are grateful. They established our country, the United States of America, in 1776. Since then, continuous generations of veterans have fought to defend these privileges of life, liberty, and happiness. These freedoms have been jeopardized many times by many countries, and yet our freedom remains. Why? Because of brave veterans. Men and women who sacrificed the comforts of these privileges in order to defend them. They gave up everything, including the possibility of their very own lives, to protect that which many other countries envy. Our freedoms, especially presently, stretch far beyond that of many other countries in the world. I feel proud to call myself a citizen of such a country as the United States. Even when we may not agree with some of our governmental doings, still, we have it all. A strong military to protect us, advanced medicine to keep us well, technology catering to a wide variety of purposes, clean water, endless supplies of food, in so much abundance that it's often wasted. Most anything that we could possibly want and need is at our fingertips, including all reasonable freedoms. What a privilege! It is important to remain humble in living the American life. Remember, we are a one-of-a-kind breed of people who must continue to defend these joys of life. Let us never take it for granted. The reason we have such pleasures of the American life is because of our veterans, who have, who are, and who will shield the very foundations upon which we are established. We are free because they are brave.
I've been home about 6 months now, and I still have my doubts. I'm not sure how I got here or how I'm gonna get out. And my mama says I look the same as I did before I left. But if she could see inside of me, it would scare her to death. I can still taste the powder from the barrel of my gun. I can hear my sergeant screaming, "Run, soldier, run." I can feel the backpack on my shoulders, got it weighed a ton. And I see death in every single thought. They taught me how to put that uniform on. I just can't get it off. Last Saturday they honored us in a small parade downtown. When they shot off those fireworks, I nearly hit the ground. And while they smiled and cheered for us, all I could do was stare. 'Cause part of me is here at home, but part of me's back there. And I can still taste the powder from the barrel of my gun. And I can hear my sergeant screaming, "Run, soldier, run." I can feel the backpack on my shoulders, got it weighed a ton. And I see death in every single thought. You taught me how to put that uniform on. I just can't get it off. God, there's no end in sight. 'Cause even though I'm home now, I'm still fighting for my life. I can still taste the powder from the barrel of my gun. I can hear my sergeant screaming, "Run, soldier, run." And I can feel the backpack on my shoulders, got it weighed a ton. And I see death in every single thought. They taught me how to put that uniform on. I just can't get it off.
I don't know, I've prided myself on finding the silver lining in absolutely every situation. No matter how hard it is to find, there is a bright side to everything. I may have been relieved of 3 of my original issued limbs, but that gave me the opportunity to find true love, family, made him a possibility. You might have to widen your gaze, but it's there.
My name is Staff Sergeant David Crockett, United States Army,
My name is Tyler Southern. I was a corporal in the United States Marine Corps.
just outside of Samara, Iraq. We were hit with a massive IED.
We were given accurate intelligence that were up to 6 Taliban held up in a compound.
Instantly, just a blast of hot air just came over me, and an intense pressure that you couldn't imagine.
We all split up and took different sides. I led my team to the far side, which was laced with 4 IEDs.
At that point, it basically rendered me unconscious for 45 minutes. in and out for about an hour until I basically kind of came to in a field hospital at Fob Spiker in Tikrit.
We all missed the first one on the front corner and turkey peeking a doorway. I stepped on the second. 10 pounds of homemade explosives, pressure plate IED, carried 6 inches, detonated immediately.